Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gaming with me, Tony Mo. It's Sunday, and we're once again back here in the Hangar module, talking about some more Star Citizen. So today we have quite a bit to talk about, because in the most recent Wingman's Hangar episode, we finally got to see a little bit of the Hangar asteroid actually being worked on in progress, and it looks freaking awesome, you know? I'm pretty stoked for it. It's available for those of you who already bought the Cutlass, and hopefully we'll actually be able to upgrade to it, of course in-game, and maybe possibly even through some sort of a support package over on the website before the game launches, just like all the other hangars. It'll be very interesting, but it looks to be a very busy and a very interesting hangar. A lot of stuff going to be going on inside of it. It also looks like it's going to have a lot of personality, which hopefully will carry over to any renovations they decide to do with the business class hangar here, the deluxe hangar, as well as the discount hangar. I would really like to see all of these hangars get some sort of, you know, upgrade. I mean, I know they will change. I just hope that they get to have the same sort of personality that the asteroid, you know, hangar is going to have. Not saying they have to look like the asteroid hangar, but the asteroid hangar has its own unique, you know, sort of style going on when they show the concept art that makes it, you know, very special. And I think all of the hangars have a right to be very special, regardless of what tier they are or what level ship you have inside of them. They should all have their own unique touch. But one of the things that they were talking about when they started were showcasing the asteroid hangar is a new gameplay element, a new game feature, I guess you could say, inside of Star Citizen that is going to be implemented into the game, and they're actually testing it for the first time inside of the asteroid hangar. So currently, when you boot up a hangar, depending on how many ships you have, essentially it expands it. And of course, you might have to have a different ship altogether or something along those lines. But, the system they're working on is a modular room system. Basically, the pilot's going to be allowed to go inside of their hangar, pull up their Moby glass, look down at their wrist, and be like, okay, what kind of expansions do I want to put on my hangar? Say they're talking about their asteroid hangar. You know, I got some people out doing some work for me trying to capture a certain ship. I think I better make some space for that baby when it comes in. So you pop open a brand new room, and you start construction on it. Now, the construction isn't going to happen instantaneously. It's actually going to take some time, so you're going to go about, can finish doing whatever mission you have to do to capture whatever ship you were talking about, and when you come back, hopefully that space will be ready for you, because of course in my case that ship was a Vandal Scythe that I managed to capture from Vandal Airspace, and now I'm gonna fly it back into my hangar, park it there, and never move it again, because I'm not gonna be able to get insurance for it, and I don't want it to die. So it'll be in a very safe, secured, armored room inside of my hangar. Now, of course, they expanded on this and said, you know, you're going to be able to do more than just that with these rooms. You're going to be able to have rooms, perhaps, that just are full of goodies that you want, full of junk, as one of the artists kept saying. Basically, you know, you'll be able to just put smaller things in it. Maybe even have a room that's based entirely on being your armory. So you have your actual pieces of armor, your different suits, your different spacesuits, all hung up on nice little mannequins, and then your rifles on the other side of the wall, all mounted, pistols, ammunition, weapon systems, whatever you might have to go fight in the depths of space, all just in one room, looking all awesome. Then maybe you could have another room, you know, just full of just your trophies. All trophies from past explorations or small trinkets you've got from off-world planets. There's just so much potential there to add a lot of personality to your hangar rather than just having it be a place where your ships happen to be. Genuinely looking forward to seeing how far they actually take all of this and how far we're allowed to utilize it. But the one thing that was nice that I walked away from this whole entire thing was seeing how dedicated CIG actually is to making certain features happen. And it also gave me a boost of confidence that all of the features that they've mentioned and that we've essentially, I guess you could say, pushed for in terms of backer levels will definitely make it into the game at some point. You know, most likely not at launch for a lot of these things, but it's nice to know that a lot of the elements that they've announced that they said will be there after launch, you know, they're obviously dedicated to taking it to the next level, and we really haven't had a chance to actually see that. You know, we see it in the detail that we see in the hangar, and, you know, we see it in the detail in the ships, but in terms of what we've actually seen, I mean, the game's so early in development, we've just seen a lot of talk. It's good to actually see them implementing some really unique and cool features that, yes, while that kind of thing has been done in other games, I mean, Skyrim, for example, you can sort of build your own house and expand upon it. It's nice to see it here in Star Citizen and know that they're, again, going that extra step to just add as many elements as possible to enhance the player's experience in Star Citizen. They're not just there for no reason at all. You know, they're there to actually enhance the way that we're going to experience the world of Star Citizen. So kudos to them, can't wait for that. Again, really hope to see some updates on what they're going to be doing with the other hangars moving in the future as well. And, you know, yeah, it's going to be great. But let's talk about this ship, because you guys see the Avenger there. The Avenger hanging out over there, just looking all wonderful as always. And it's sitting next to this strangely aggressive and somewhat old-looking ship. This, of course, is a Hornet. More specifically, this is the F7CR Hornet Tracker. This is the Tracker variant of the Hornet. I think the Hornet has almost... It's one of the ships with a large amount of variance, let's put it that way. I think it almost has the same amount of variance as the Aurora. I'm not actually sure, but it has a lot of variance, similar to the Aurora. This one is my favorite, though. You know, there's the Super Hornet, oh, it's all military and crazy. I'm not really too concerned with that. It's not really my playstyle to be all space superiority, so to speak. I'm more of the bounty hunter, exploring style guy. So when I look at the Hornet Tracker, I see potential there. Because one of the great things about the ship, it's going to have this crazy advanced radar system that's going to make it perfect for deep space exploration, for example. And also, I can really think of this thing possibly being used for bounty hunting. You know, maybe not for entire bounty hunting missions. I mean, bounty hunting isn't all about being in the same ship at the entire time anyways. There's a good chance that bounty hunting will involve a lot of tracking, gathering intel, you know. Not sure how it's going to work in this game, but if it's anything like EVE, it can take, you know, days to weeks to hunt down a single target. And then when you move in for the kill, or you move in for the capture, you're going to want to have the perfect ship for that job. And I think that the Hornet Tracker wouldn't be too bad at that. I think it would do a pretty decent job. I mean, using that advanced radar system, say for example, you spent the last weeks hunting down an extremely high-value target who's been sort of zigzagging his way in and out of low security areas into high sec, just doing all of his dirty deeds, and he's got a massive bounty racked up on his head. You've been hunting this guy down like crazy. You've dedicated the last week of your life to finding out where the hell this guy is and claiming that bounty and getting that nice big stack of cash to do some more upgrades to your hangar, or maybe even to your Hornet or to your glorious Avenger. Now you finally stumble upon his location, and he's made one false move. He's decided to spend a little bit too much time hanging out at the tavern getting a bit smashed. So you decide now's the time to move in for a kill. Just as he starts to fly out of the space station where he was hanging out, he's all, oh man, he's not had a good day, he's a bit hungover, doesn't really know what's going on. You move in with the Hornet Tracker, and you follow him out into the depths of space. Little does he know that you're right on his tail, using your advanced radar system to stay at great range while still being in line of sight. And of course then you finally move in for the kill, making use of whatever crazy EMP systems you might have enabled to take down his ship. Or maybe you decide that this guy's actually worth more dead because people hate him that much, and you unleash some havoc with the massive quantity of weapon systems you can actually put on the Hornet, even on the Tracker variant here. That would be a mission damn well done, I would say. Now the Hornet itself, to me, from the front, is one of the coolest looking ships in the game because I'm a bit old-fashioned. I like the older looking ships. I'm a sucker for them, you know. It's why in Space Engineers I chose to make a Sidewinder from Elite, which ended up looking a lot more like a Snowspeeder from Star Wars, but that's beside the point. I like the old, sort of rougher looking ships. As much as I love the Avenger, don't get me wrong, I'm a sucker for these types of ships. And when you look at the Hornet, I mean, look at those huge, beefy intakes, man. It's like a muscle car. It looks ridiculous. It's completely outlandishly absurd, and I absolutely love it. And then you have this squared off cockpit with the really rigid and square supports for the actual cockpit windows. It's just so aggressive, it looks wonderful. You kind of lose it a little bit when you come around to the back with this sort of exotic wing here. I don't know why it looks so exotic to me. It's like they strapped the wing off a Lamborghini on a Dodge Charger, you know? It just kind of looks strange to me, but I'm sort of getting over it the more I look at it. Probably my favorite thing about this ship, though, is that huge main rear thruster. It just looks awesome, you know? It's like a jet engine rocket car or something. And on top of all of that, this Tracker variant has probably my favorite paint job out of all the Hornets. And a lot of people are like, oh, it's not black. I don't really care much for the black one. I think it's too solid of a color, and it doesn't look nice. This has a nice combination here with the blue sort of striping mixed with the silver and white paint with touches of black everywhere. It looks nice. It looks really, really nice. I'm a huge fan of the color scheme on this. And now, while I don't own a Hornet currently, and I can guarantee you that I will not be purchasing one out of game, it is definitely up there with, you know, with the Avenger and the Scythe for ships that I genuinely appreciate in their own unique way. You know, am I going to go out of the way to hunt down one of these things like right in the beginning of the game? Probably not. I think I'm going to reserve that for a Scythe, but I definitely wouldn't mind flying one of these around, you know, just to see what it's like, doing some deep space exploration in it to see just how good that advanced radar system actually is. Now, for those of you who don't know, we're not going to be using this variant of the Hornet. I think it's just the bog standard Hornet. But when dogfighting does actually go live sometime end of April, we will actually all have the ability to fly a Hornet. So anyone who has just a Cutlass and it's not going to be in the dogfighting module right away, maybe even the Avenger won't be there, who knows? And most definitely ships like the Constellation will not be at launch. You will be given a ship to fly, and that will be one of the Hornet variants. So don't worry yourself there. We'll all get a chance to fly it, and we will all have ships to fly inside of the dogfighting module. So the last thing that I want to leave you guys with is a question. What kind of rooms and what sort of expansions would you make on your own hangar, whether it be the asteroid hangar, the business class hangar, any of the hangars that you have chosen to make your main hangar when Star Citizen goes live? What kind of rooms would you create? What would you fill them with? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.